What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to completely automate your wholesaling real estate business and basically how to put your wholesaling business on autopilot. This is a really exciting video today because I feel like so many people, they like selling the dream of, how to go to the beach and wholesale real estate and not work all day, but you're still wholesaling real estate and you're making all this money doing it. And I see so many courses and seminars and weekend trainings and trainings on a boat of how to automate the business, right? It's a huge industry in wholesaling, especially in the coaching side of it. People selling courses on, living the dream life, right? Sitting on a cabana on a beach, doing nothing and getting wholesaling deals sent to you. And a lot of it's a fantasy. A lot of it's actually true. And really, I'm going to reveal a lot of the truth of it. And a lot of people know this right now is a lot of this stuff is based off of one book on the shelf here today. And really what I wanted to do is reveal the secrets of that book, why people actually make thousands of dollars per person. Literally $2,000 weekend seminars teaching you how to automate your business, systems type things, automation systems, everything like that. It sounds all sexy, but at the end of the day, I'm going to show you it's all delegation. And a lot of people don't like the hard truth. They like the honey approach to it. We're just going to sugarcoat everything. But I'm just going to tell you the honest truth about how to actually delegate your business, the automation secrets for wholesaling real estate, and most importantly, how to put this business on autopilot in the way you can and the way you should. I'm really excited about this. You're watching this right now. Honestly, this is like a $2,000, course you're watching right now for this topic. I've been in every single type of automation course software. I get all the logins for it, right? This is literally what it all is. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited to share it. So guys, if you are excited about this too, if you're jacked up to learn this stuff and you're ready to go, I'm excited to teach this stuff because this is stuff that we implement in our business. And this is exciting. So do me a big favor though. If you're getting any value of this video, please smash that like button, subscribe. You're getting all this info for free, so you might as well do it. And let's get it going. Comment your questions below. This obviously is a live video. Always do these live. So let's break it down. So let's get the intro going. I'm jacked up. Gabe's ready. Let's get it. I love seeing everyone ready for this one. Today is Thursday, so you know what it is. We get everyone in the Wholesaling Houses for Real Mastermind together for this live, guys. We're excited about this one, guys. So let's pump it up. Let's get it going. Let's kick it. Get out of bed. Let's go. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and they got go up. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Oh yeah, let's get it, guys. I'm excited. Let's share the secrets today of wholesaling. I'm pumped up for this one. We are all ready to go. Graham's in the house today, excited, all the way from Australia. Everyone's out here ready to go to learn this business, guys. Guys, I got the one thing courses really do really well, and masterminds and everything like that. The hype videos, right? You got the cool music in the back with the videographer watching, doing all this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's the greatest. It's the greatest, right? It's hilarious how they do it. But the reason why I market it like, hey, this is like because I'm telling you right now, if I made this video into a series of courses, I could expand this like crazy, sell it for $2,000. This thing would not sell out because it's digital. Like I could sell this thing. I easily make $500K in the next 2 months selling this. Now, am I going to do it? No, I'm not a stinking guru. I'm not part of the dark side. This is the Rebel Alliance we got going on for wholesaling real estate. We're ready to go. Before I get into it, though, I do want to make a quick shout out We're getting a lot of cute messages and texts from the gurus from our wholesaling State of the Union. They were not happy about it, and the one thing I'd like to tell you, just starting out for those people, because I wanted to get this off my chest, is deal with it, because I ain't going away. Like I ain't going away. So sorry you guys were mad about the State of the Union. Just talking about the truth of wholesaling, but sorry about that. So let's get into it, guys. Let's kind of talk about the exact way to automate your business. There's a lot of myths in here in wholesaling real estate, and this is the honest truth. Like let me give you the stuff that nobody wants to hear, because honestly, that's how I have to do it. Everybody, there's a myth in wholesaling real estate, and unfortunately, I think a lot of people are going to be upset when I say this. They might leave the stream. I'm okay with this. I only want the real ones to stay. If you don't like the way I talk about the gurus, if you don't like the way that I speak about this business, you don't like the way that I just go straight into it, like I don't sugarcoat this business, you can just hop off the stream, unsubscribe. Like I am only here to help the people that want to learn for free. And I promise you, if you're here and you come to me and you actually want to learn this business, there's always a way to talk to me one-on-one. There's always a way. I will never let anyone go uneducated from me and someone not be able to speak to me one-on-one. Like I have not let one person down like this, because I allow everyone to get the link on there to hop on and talk to me. The thing is, I'll say this right now. There is a 0 hour a week there's a 0 hour work week myth when it comes to automating, putting a business on autopilot. If you hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm going to teach you exactly how to put your business on autopilot where you don't have to work at all," that's a lie. This is the same lie when someone says rental properties are passive income. I got a lot of trouble last time I said that. And here's the honest truth about it. It is not passive. Now, with all my rental properties, maybe I work an hour a week at most on it. And that's just making sure the managers are fine. But even working an hour a week, that's not passive. Like the true thing of passive is you don't have to work in that at all. I'm putting in hours every single week, just going over all the investments and stuff. But that's how businesses are run. Like you think Warren Buffett just passively, like, not looking at stuff? Of course, right? You got to look at reports, make sure the rent's coming in, everything like that. You have to be proactive with this. So the biggest myth I've seen, and this is the one thing I'm going to tell you right now. Unfortunately, you're watching this might get you upset, but here's the problem. If you're coming to this video learning how to automate your business, you will come out with a knowledge of how to do it. This is a live video, by the way. But here's the problem. I'm not going to show you how to do this 0 hours a week. If you are going to go in here, try to use my systems right now, and you're going to try to implement it for 0 hours a week, you will fail. I'm telling you right now. Once you let the employees off the reins and they know they're not being watched, it is going downhill from there. You have to. This isn't The Office where when Andy, goes to the Bahamas and there's no boss and everything goes well. This ain't that, okay? That ain't wholesaling real estate, okay? Unfortunately, it's not. So let's break down exactly the myth there. So the myth is there. Honestly, what I can teach you in this video today, and this is just from my experience. Maybe somebody has a secret system that's different than this, but I'm telling you, in wholesaling real estate, no. I'm sorry. Unless you picked up an algorithm type thing, no. I can show you how to automate the system. This is kind of the video. I didn't put in the title because I don't think you get clicks if I said it, but like to a point, I want clicks to be on here so I can educate people the right way, whoop these gurus' butts. But I'm not going to say, how to automate the business to work 4 to 5 hours. So autopilot more or less is how you can automate the business the right way where you're only working 4 to 5 hours a week. That's the lowest I've seen for massive success. Now, if you have partners and stuff, sure, you can have them do it, right? But like as an owner, like the owner, like a sole person automating the business, you're going to be at 4 to 5 hours a week. And that's the honest truth. Now, if you have a partner, maybe it's 2 each, right? That might be fine. But what I'm telling you right now is, especially when you're in a leadership role, when you're delegating things, it's going to be 4 to 5 hours a week. And if you're comfortable with that, you're fine. The next thing you have to be comfortable with is if you're going to automate your business, if you are going to create systems in place where you're on autopilot, you got employees working the business, you're not working in it anymore, you're going to have to be comfortable taking a piece of the pie out. And I'm telling you right now, right up here, the pie. Okay. Get comfortable giving pie away. And what I mean by this is the piece of the pie. So if you are used to making 100% of the profits on the business of a deal, you have to get uncomfortable with that. You have to start giving it away. Now, I'm not saying giving everything away, right? But what I mean by this is if you can go from making, this is what I've seen, is like solo. The most you can probably make solo is about $1 million. And like that's like you're whooping your own butt 120 hours a week. Like you are just, oh my gosh, right? Like you are destroying it. But you're working at an unhealthy amount, right? You can easily do like you can do that in my business, right? Like the 7 figures we do in our business, I can do it all myself. It would be terrible. I wouldn't even be able to have time to do live streams at all, but I could, right? Or you can get to the point of delegation. This is what I've seen. This is where I've seen the best rate of is if you can scale that up to about 3 million a year. That's probably the most, 3xing it. And you can probably net 70, 60% of that pie. So just doing the math really quick, I think it comes out to 1.8. So if you can only net 60% of 3 million because you're giving 40% away to your employees for doing the delegation work, you'll net 1.8. So at the end of the day, it's like with the system, with scaling, delegation, automating, you're netting 1.8 million versus the 1 million, and you're working less, right? I'm telling you right now, if you can go from here to there, it's unbelievable. So you can go from making $1 million per year to $1.8 million per year from this. And this is what I want to teach you today. You're going to have to give some of that pie away. If you're comfortable taking the pie away, you'll do well. That's why a lot of companies go public, right? They take a piece of the pie away, but it helps them out a lot. So if you're comfortable with it, we can get it going. But just understand, guys, just understand that wholesaling, it seems complicated, this business, but really at the end of the day, it's really simple. It truly is simple. And I've seen in wholesaling real estate that it's 3 sections. Like 3 sections is all you really need in wholesaling real estate for success. If you can master the 3 sections, you're going to do well. What are these 3 sections, right? So the 3 sections of wholesaling is section 1, marketing, right? Number 2, acquisitions. And lastly, dispositions. All you have to master is these 3 things. I'm telling you right now, marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions. That is all you need right now to master. And this is what we're going to break. If you can learn how to automate those 3 sections the right way, you're going to come out winning in this business and you're going to do very well. The issue is that if you are lacking in one and you don't know how to delegate the right way, you're going to get screwed. Like you're not going to be successful. So this is what we have to understand. This is really what we're going to be focusing on. And this is really what I'll be talking about today. So let's break it down, from the top, how do I automate marketing? How do I automate all this stuff? How do I actually become successful doing this, right? Let's break it down. So number 1 for the marketing. What is marketing? Marketing is basically the list pulling. It is the process of actually prospecting. The point of marketing, which I've said multiple times, is just trying to find somebody who wants to say yes to selling their property and is qualified with the 4 questions. If we can find somebody that wants to sell the property and they're basically qualified enough, we're basically good to go for wholesaling real estate, right? Like we're Gucci there, right? So that's what we want to do. That's what we want to delegate. And really it comes down to list pulling and then the type of marketing channel, right? So the first question is like, how do we automate the list pulling process? List pulling, it really depends on what type of list you're pulling. This comes down to if you're doing government lists, code violations, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, code violations. These are really the type of lists for list pulling that are very easy to go and, delegate off. Like probates, for example, actually very, very simple if you can create the systems for it. The problem is the training is the hard part, right? So when it comes to me actually trying to pull list, everything like that, the system I did, which I started really doing when I was 19, creating these trainings before I even made this YouTube channel, I made systematic videos of me in the St. Lucie County public records, pulling probates on a screen capture on my Mac, and I was just talking on it with my AirPods. I didn't even have AirPods. I had Beats. Yeah, I had Beats and as the audio, and I was just showing, hey, this is how you do it, right? I actually created a Word document from like step 1, 2, and 3, and then I did Zooms with the VAs, and that's who would have pulling the list for us. And the cool part about with list pulling is like they can work on their own time, right? Like their local time is probably 12, I think 13 hours off, which is inconvenient for prospecting, cold calling things, but really for like list pulling, they could pull the list at like 4 a.m., right? I've had people from India do my list pulling for me. It works really well. So I've had them pulling the list, which works really well. And I tell them how to do the probates, code violations, utility list, and it works really well. And they don't even have to have like they don't have to make their own ad copy. They had my own ad copy I have. So it works really well. I really like it. So list pulling, you need to pull the list, and then you have to teach them how to do it. The one that's kind of hard to do, I'll be honest, is like high equity lists. Harder to teach a VA how to pull on PropStream the right way than with a public list, but you could still do it. Next here is like the marketing channels. So we got cold calling, SMS text blasting, RVMs. Like you can teach a VA to do that the right way. I've seen for most people, you're going to need a marketing manager. Like if you want to be completely like off the business, working 4 to 5 hours, either you're pulling like the big lists, you're making sure the VAs are doing the right things. Most people have to hire a marketing manager. That's what I've seen from my experience. You don't have to, but that's another piece of the pie you have to pay, right? And once you're in the 7 figures, like it's kind of a must to be doing, especially when trying to scale up. And that marketing manager is going to make sure the SMS is going out, the cold calling, the VAs are doing it the right way, the list is getting pulled. They're pulling more of the specialty lists. They're talking to people. It's more of an American type person based. And that's really what they're focusing on, right? It's kind of like a hierarchy type thing. And I've done a bunch of videos on systems like that. But for delegation part, they're going to be doing that. You're going to have a VA cold calling. You're going to have to make your own videos of you cold calling with the right script to use. I have really old videos I still use with them, and it's just me cold calling, right? That's how I train them. SMS, screenshots of me doing SMS. When we changed from launch control to from Sherpa to launch control to batch, I had to redo the videos. But like through whatever system you use, you got to change it. When we switched over to Zach Dialer from ZenCall, which ZenCall's no more, they changed the company name. I had to go make my own tutorial for the employees for ZachDialer.com. So when you change systems, you have to make new videos on it. That's what I've seen. List pulling. When we changed a lot of our cash buyer pulling through softwares, when we went from list source to PropStream, listoriai.com, we had to change it. So ultimately, it's up to you to change this, but that's what I'm telling you. So the next part here is like SMS done that. So that's section 1, right? They're going to have they're going to be doing the marketing. You're going to have to give direction. So this is why the marketing manager is important, or you can be doing it. That's just an extra hour a day, most likely. So that's why I'm saying 4 to 5 hours is like you have marketing managers doing everything for you like this. Really, it's close to 10 to 15. If you're doing that, hey, what's your budget, goals, things like that. That's kind of up to you. I can't really be telling you what goals you're going to have for your business. The only thing I can tell you about goals from my experience is you always, like Tony Robbins says this, you overestimate what you can do in a short amount of time, but you underestimate what you do in a long form of time. So for example, I was wanting to make 100K. That seemed like a very lofty goal in the future, but I wanted like deals every month, right? And that's the thing, like I couldn't do that, but in the long term, over 100K destroyed that, right? So that's what I've seen. Now we go to like acquisitions, right? What type of acquisition system do you need when it comes to actually scaling things out, right? What I'm telling you right now with acquisitions is it's only one hire. That's an acquisitions manager. For actual physical wholesaling, they go to the appointments for you, or virtual, they'll do it over the phone, right? How I train them, I really just do the 3-3-3 approach, which I've talked a while about, like a lot of stuff about, but this is basically making sure you go on an appointment with a prospective acquisitions agent. They watch you close 3 deals or more of $25,000. It used to be 20, now it's 25, just because our average deal is going up. And then 3 appointments of them talking, you and the acquisitions manager talking, and then you closing still. But they do a little more of that, rapport building. And then the last 3 is them. You're going to mute. They close the deal 3 in a row of 25,000 or more. That's 9 deals. They're basically good to go. They can go by themselves after that. That's the best, in my personal opinion. That's the best approach for training an acquisitions manager for success. I know it's very lofty. It's a type of gauntlet for your acquisitions managers. Most people aren't willing to do that, but training an acquisitions manager, I personally have to do it myself. I mean, Rick can do it too, but like I feel like the only 2 people qualified to be training these people, right? So unfortunately, it's the most time intensive thing for me, right? So I go through that gauntlet because once you pass that gauntlet, fine, be my acquisitions manager. I can trust you well. If you get the wrong hire for acquisitions manager, I'm screwed. Then I have to go on appointments, right? Like I ain't doing that, right? So I have to make sure we have good acquisitions agent, get another one, get a virtual one. We're good to go. Next part here is dispositions. And this is the easiest one, in my opinion. I think marketing, you got to really get on top of it. It's a lot of work. But what I've seen with dispo is just get a dispositions agent, usually a realtor, and they get a percentage of the deal and you go from there. Now we have all these systems delegated. Remember, I put marketing manager up there too, and then you just basically manage them to a point. But here's the thing. It's like when I say 4 to 5 hours a week, it's like, where are those hours going, right? Like that's the thing. That's the question no one talks about. This is why this book, Traction, every single guru who sells you a course on automation, scaling, systems, like everything about this, they use this book. And when they do the seminar, that they talk about it, right? And I don't say good about many books. Like I'm not the guy that says this book's great. This is a great book for scaling a business. I use the principles in there, frankly, because I mean, let's be honest, like when I came on the scene, Rick was still kind of not solo, but like we didn't really have systems in place of scaling. And like everyone talking about the book, and there's no secrets in it. It's really good for implementations for most businesses. EOS2, Gino Wickham. But what I've seen is what we implement, which I found the best success of saving my time, because my time is very valuable with it, and being efficient and actually training the right way, is every morning, you do a 20-minute daily meeting with the entire team. What's going on for the day? What do you got to get going? What do you got to get going? Next year, and then at the end of the week, you do a 1-hour meeting of the deals, how everything went, all that stuff. And then you just cut that out with the 3 sections, you're good to go. That's what I've seen for when it comes to automating your business for success. I haven't seen anything like better type system. The one thing I have to tell you though is I've seen so many gurus out here, and this isn't like just another slam at gurus, but like I see so many people do automation systems, and I would say the difference between my types of systems that I do and others. I'm just like, I'm trying to think of how to say this the right way without offending anyone, but like a lot of these people, they'll do something that looks sexy, but it's really not practical. One thing, for example, is when I say I hire cold callers, it's like 3 to 4. Like it's not like an insane amount of cold callers, or like 2 at like the least, right? Like it's not what people like seeing is like 7, 8 acquisitions managers on a floor. You have a glass office. You're doing a video behind you, right? You got this like a busy vibe going, right? People like that. Unfortunately, it's not like that. Like if you're delegating a system and you're making $1, $2, $3 million a year, you really don't you're under 7 employees easily, 8 at most, let's say, if assistants. It's crazy. Now you look at your favorite YouTuber type person, they have like 15 employees. You're like, oh my gosh, just remember 8 of those employees are for the education business, because they have 3 acquisitions agents to sell you the course. They have 2 videographers. They got like a manager for there. You got all this stuff. I mean, you go see my who I have hired for videos and stuff I do. There's a camera on a tripod right here, and then you got me. You see how I have a mouse and a thing, blah, right? So like I do this, like the way you have to understand with me, like if you guys want to understand me and the way I look at business, especially wholesaling, $3 million a year of net and like you're working 4 to 5 hours a week. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but like, what's more, right? Like what else, like what is more that you need, right? At the end of the day, you have to think about like, do you want to be working, 50 hours a week, making 60, like there is a cap for wholesaling with systems. Now you can push it 15, 20, 30. I've seen 50 million. The problem is you get in a spiral. Unfortunately, I'm the type of person, and it's annoying to say this, but like I don't want to be the cliche like money isn't everything type person, but like at 3 million, it's like, do you want to be working a business where like you're running with your head cut off? I'm not this type of person with aspirations to go work to make a bill, like become a, like I don't have a goal of being a billionaire. I know a lot of people in their early 20s are like, I want to be a billionaire, conquer the world. Like, guys, I just want to be happy, enjoy my life, and spend time with my family, people I love, friends, and run a great business and have an impact on the world. Like I'm not this type of person. Like I'm the wrong person to be following if you're expecting me to go out here talking how to make $1 billion business. I don't know how to do that. I can bring it to 7 figures. I can teach you 8. When we go to 9, this isn't it. Like I don't know it. I've told you, I've seen TikToks. People are claiming they're wholesalers and their net worth is $900 million, and they're all billionaires in there's no billionaires in wholesaling. I will fight. I will fight any claim that someone says there's $1 billion liquid net worth right now for wholesaling or like in the guru space. It is the line gets insane. I would be shocked if I see a YouTuber making over $3 million a year in their wholesaling business, wholesaling assignment business only. I know I'm getting a lot of pushback on that, but show the HUDs if you're really going to do that. I will make that statement right now. I will be shocked if anyone's netting at the end of the day $3 million by themselves. And what I mean by that is that's after you're paying your partners. That's after paying partners. Because you might get a guy bragging about making $10 million, but they got 3 partners or they got like 4 partners, and then you're netting 2.5 million, right? Like, so at the end of the day, you got to look at it like that. I get asked all the time when it comes to automation and systems. Should I get a partner, right? Zach, you have a partner, Rick. Like, I'll tell you this about partners, and this is not the ugly truth, but it is an inconvenient truth, that unless your partner is literally blood related to you, there can't be 100% trust. And I say that in the nicest way possible. Unfortunately, like you look at the stories of every entrepreneur that has tried to screw somebody over. The McDonald's Corporation. Now, is Ray Kroc a bad guy? Probably not. But he did some interesting shady stuff with the McDonald's name. And you look at that story, it's like the McDonald's brothers were brothers, right? Like they had each other's back, their blood, they have ethics, right? Like Ray Kroc was not related to him, right? So he had incentive to do it. Like Rick knows I'm not going to do something that's going to try to screw him over, right? Rick will never do the same thing for me. Like it's just how I was raised, and he's the one who raised me. So it's like, right. So, if you're going into business, especially wholesaling, and some people have great relationships like that, that's great. But, unless it's blood, like it gets tough. It gets really tough, I'm telling you right now. So that's the honest truth that I've seen of like partnerships that last decades. It's usually a family thing or they're married, right? Anything outside of that, it gets really interesting. So that's the honest truth of it. Like I get asked all the time with the partners. It's when you bring a partner with you, they have to bring 50%. Their value has to more than double what it's going to be. So if I partner up with somebody on like let's say a random venture about like a creative finance business, right? And I know I could probably bring $2 million a year in that business, right? If I put my all into it, right? Which I probably could. I'm not a creative finance like aficionado type person like that, where like I want to risk everything doing that. It's outside my realm. But I do have a lot of creative finance deals, but like nothing of like those aspirations, because it does get risky to a point. If I was going to make 2 million, like I know that's what I can make if I just did it myself, and I had another partner who wants to hop in with me. At worst, they have to at least bring in $4 million, like $2 million extra value to the business where we can both make 4 for it to even make sense. For it to actually me to even say yes, they'd have to probably bring in 3, right? And we can make 5 together for me to even like be okay, right? So they have to bring more value than half. And if they don't, it's never a good partnership. So I always get asked that about the automation type thing. Probably not the best for it. I never give up equity. I give profit sharing, not equity. So they don't actually own the company. I see people do that, right? Tech companies do that. I'm not big on that. I'm a pretty established company, so I don't have to. That's what I've seen. So guys, that is my system for wholesaling automation. Let's kind of go over some of the questions we got for it. And I'll let you know. Let's see here. And we'll get it going. We got Graham's hilarious. Actually, I like we have so what's up? So Graham, he doesn't have his Facebook thing popped up because he's in the mastermind, but Graham is in Australia. He has the Thunder from Down Under podcast. He's an Australian wholesaler, virtual. I went on his podcast. It was hilarious. It was fun. It was a great one. Always recommend seeing that. March 12th, I think, Rick Ginn's going on there live on a Saturday. That's going to be fun. We'll have Rick on there on a Saturday. And I think Graham knows. Rick can just talk about things, you know. So I don't know where Graham's going to go with that. He can go anywhere on it. And Rick will just talk, have a good time. So that's exciting. Might want to go over there in the studio and say hi. But I love it. Let's answer some questions, you know. John, this is bandit signs are good for the right market. Bandit signs are good for the right market. So we're going to ask here, like, what do you think about bandit signs? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not the biggest bandit sign fan for most markets. Now, I got my first deal during bandit signs. So it's like, is Zach being a hypocrite here? No, I'm not. But what I'm telling you is a lot of places are cracking down on bandit signs just because wholesalers get more popular. If it's not really working your market, you have to test it out. I think everyone should test bandit signs out in their market and see if it works or not. Make sure it's legal, obviously. That'd be sort of my advice on that. Zach be like, stop the cap. I try to stop these gurus at the cap. You know, so John, even blood will screw you to a point. It really depends on your family dynamics and things. One thing I'll tell you about my family, I don't bring up my personal life too much on this live, but I was growing up in a way with Rick, and then obviously my entire family, where like my whole extended family, trust, honesty, loyalty, honesty, like that is like a forefront ever since I was a tiny kid. And your word's your bond in my family. So I extend that to everything. So yeah, it could be a different family dynamic, but like family above everything for me. So that's just the way I was growing up, and that'd be the last thing I'd ever do. You know, my family above everything. So I've seen it before, yes, but usually people don't have that mindset, or they don't have that as a value for themselves. And how you know if someone has that value? You have to prove it. You can't just say it. So that's what I've seen. Astro Monkey says, how much you make in a month? Nice try, IRS. Not going to be. The IRS keeps copping on. I know it's tax season. Y'all coming in with cute little comments. IRS ain't going to get me. I promise you, okay? Y'all trying me. This IRS trying me. No billionaires exist with wholesaling. Most of the billionaires own multiple properties, renting them out. So I've heard of Ben Mallah. I've started watching some of his videos. That dude is hilarious. I know this one guy literally looks like Ben, talks like him. Hilarious, actually. But what I'm telling you is I think he's in Tampa or something. Maybe one day he'll hop over here. We do a podcast together. But he has like a $250 million net worth. But Ben can't smoke in here though. I ain't gonna let him smoke in here. So probably won't work. But what I'm telling you is 250 million, and that's like pushing it. He owns a lot of like public shopping centers and stuff. So I've heard of him. He's a funny dude. But the billionaires in real estate are like the Bloombergs, the Rosses, like, New York City development money, right? I'm telling you, like, it's like to become a billionaire in wholesaling, you're like, it's mostly commercial. Like residential, it's hard unless you're like a hedge fund, but that doesn't really even count. Um, that's what I've seen. Jonathan Sexton, exactly, Zach, want to help the homeless, and how it's good to much more money because more problems. Um, yeah, man. I'll always love helping the homeless. Um, I did a lot of work for the Red Cross as a kid. Um, I'm telling you, it's always an issue for me, and always something I always have my heart out to. So I want freedom. You and me both. Like that. That's a huge factor. At the end of the day, it's like why I chose automation for the business. Like why I personally did this is because like I want to be 40, 50 years old. If I ever decide to have a family or something like that. Um, or just be with my family. I'd rather have the time to spend with my family, dogs, just like the things I love to do, and not be tied to a job. One issue I do have, which I don't even see as an issue, is like the one thing I get a lot of fulfillment from is helping people out in wholesaling and changing lives and really changing the business that's blessed me. And the automation gave me the freedom to actually go out here and teach people for free, because of the money I'm making with the business. That's able to fund my hobby of hopping on here and talking to you guys for free. Because it's a hobby. Like I'm telling you right now, it's a hobby going out here helping you guys out. It's something I really enjoy, and it's nice. I still think it's crazy you guys listen to me, but y'all are the crazy ones, not me. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of crazy, so I agree. Corey says, do you still use Upwork to hire cold calls? Yeah, most of them. So those are great questions, guys. I'm gonna I got where I want to be on that part, so I'll go answer the questions from there once we get it going. But it is 5:41, so I got to get going on talking to the people in the mastermind. So we are in. Let me just give you FYI. Everyone, I get this question every single time on the dot. Like Zach, Zach, are these your private $10,000 a month coaching students you have on the one-on-ones? Like how do I become this lucky to go on here and talk one-on-one with you? It's like, I give it out for free. I'm going to give you, like, you want to learn how. Obviously, today you can't because I keep it exclusive. But if you want to go out here and actually learn how to go in this business and actually talk to me one-on-one, I tell everybody, you can go and watch my stuff absolutely for free. Get in front of me. You can talk to me one-on-one absolutely for free. I let everyone do it for free. The question is how you do it. Go to my mastermind, Wholesaling Houses for Real, right here. There's me with shorter hair. Gotta probably update that picture, but Wholesaling Houses for Real. It's the only true real estate mastermind. It's the largest wholesaling mastermind in the country. Guys, it is getting insane the amount of people that are joining. We have 1,300 last week, literally in a week join. It's like an insane amount. So every Thursday, I feature this live up here. You see this featured link right here? 4 hours ago, posted this. You really click on it. It's how to get on the StreamYard link. I put 5:30 because, I ramble. But hop on there, and it puts you to a link to talk to me for free. Literally for free. The only thing I ask is, obviously, it's going to be live for everyone. The reason why I do that is if you're going to get coaching from me, like personal coaching from me one-on-one, I don't charge for it. So if I'd say something to you, I want the whole world to listen to my advice for that. Because when you ask a personal question about you, I know for a fact, you actually going on that camera, you actually asking your question live takes a lot of courage. I get that. I truly get that. First of all, nobody cares. If someone makes fun of you for going on live with me, I will end them and block them. Okay. I will block them so fast. Okay. I'm telling you right now, there's no room for meanness or smugness in this, right? The only thing we ever discriminate is ideas. Like, we'll make fun of an idea. You'll never make fun of someone's appearance, the way they talk, anything like that. That means nothing. Like, literally everybody is the same here. We all put the pants on the same way in the morning, right? The only thing I ever make fun of someone is if you try to sell courses and you actually try to hinder people's financial success in business. I only think only person I ever go after is the gurus, and that's because I truly believe I'm creating a movement to help the industry, and I'm trying to weed out some of the bad stuff in this industry. $15,000 course and stuff, it's terrible. So without further ado, let's hop on. Let's talk to everyone and get it going. First thing, we have the Eskimos on. What is up?
Hello, Zach.
What's up?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, man. Every day above ground's an amazing day.
All right, I'll get straight to the point. So right now, I am trying to work on getting my deal again. So I was doing on market. I got all the ARVs and everything listed. So I was like, that's a good start from there. But my main problem right now is I'm trying to go for probates and pre-foreclosures, as we said yesterday.
What market?
I'm thinking Fayetteville, North Carolina.
You've been
That
listening
seems
to
really
me.
nice.
You've been listening to me.
And with Fayetteville, I found a lot of pre-foreclosures listed on Zillow, like huge amounts. But they're all like 6 days ago, 12 days ago, 14 days. One is 22 days. So I'm just worried about pre-foreclosures. What's the timeline we can do the wholesaling in and get the cash buyer to inspect it as well?
Yeah. So honestly I've seen with pre-foreclosures is you have to be between I think three missed payments is when the pre-foreclosure actually starts. Honestly, I would say you should be going after them right when it hits the list pendants or notice of default. So go after the public records and actually have it pop up. That's honestly what I'd say. I would not be going after Zillow for it.
Okay. So where do we find the list pendants? Public records, like the county records?
Public records for the county.
Okay.
Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, I'm dog sitting today.
That's understandable.
All right. So honestly, it's the list pendants is what I'd be looking at in the notice of default.
And probates are also accessed the same way?
It depends on the county, but most of them are going to be on the public records. Yeah.
Okay. That's one thing. And how should we start off talking to them? I'm more used to on market, to be honest. So I also want to build rapport with these with the pre-foreclosure or probates because they have pain with them. So you don't want to be pushy at the same time. I want to put the offer correctly.
So you don't sell a property. People don't sell a property unless they actually want to sell it. So yeah, I'm never pushy with anyone. I push away, and that's the best salespeople for wholesaling is they push away.
Yes.
So that's what you have to be doing. If somebody is actually going out here and they're pushing someone to sell it, that's never a good way to do business. I have never condoned that. With probates, you have to be more pushy. You literally push a realtor onto them, right? And say, hey, I want to sell it cash. I know it needs work. If you're ethical like that, you're good to go. Every single time.
So is that why you offer them why don't you list this with a realtor? Usually.
No, I don't even say that. I say you should list this with a realtor if you want the most for it. Literally, that's what we say. Acquisitions agent, every time I train them, especially when they're new, why did you say that? And then you get the deal closed. But the problem is you close a sale. I've seen this most of the time when a seller can trust you. And when can someone trust you is when the person's a salesperson, but they will tell you all your options, even if it doesn't help them out. And that's honestly the truth I found success is once you give options that aren't even good for you, it helps a lot. A lot of people, you could go to a store and be like, hey, you can actually buy this cheaper at this place, but you got to run out and, go cross the bridge or something to get it. That's how people, you can trust them. And that's a big thing I always do with probates because I want people to trust me.
And so when you're setting up your script, so do you go with your timeline, motivation, condition, and the offer? So how do you structure your script?
Bro, come on, man. Let's go over what are the four? Let's go over it together.
Okay. Offer? No, offer is last.
All right.
Okay. The first one is do you want to sell it or not? Right.
Motivate. Technically, yes.
Okay, so
The,
motivation.
the four qualifying is motivation,
Mm-hmm.
condition,
Motivation. Time. Not timeline.
condition,
Condition. Hold on. How did I
timeline,
forget?
time frame,
Timeline. Then offer.
price.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even want to give them offer. You want to get what price they want to sell the house for.
Price. Okay.
So motivation, condition, time frame, price.
Motivation, condition, timeline, and price.
Yep.
All right. There
And
you go.
you will never struggle talking to a seller for qualifications when you have that in
I'm
your
just
head.
gonna write that down right now. Motivation, condition,
Condition.
timeline, and price.
Yep.
Okay, that's a great one.
I'm a broken record with it, and I will never stop talking about that.
And then where do you put all the rapport stuff and all? They had to like build rapport with them, like.
Rapport's natural, in my opinion. You can always do the Ford method, right? If you're in person. But you talk about more of why they want to sell the property, their family. I like Ford, so family, occupation, recreation, dream. That's another one I use all the time. I like that one too. Really depends.
All right, okay, that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And next is I had one other question. What do you think of micro flipping? Like that's like more of a daily thing. Like you go to like an acquisitions wholesaler, you get their deal, then you go to a disposition wholesaler and you JV with them as well.
All right, bro. I've done 2 videos on micro flipping. I'll be honest with you. I saw your comment yesterday, so like I know what you're talking about, bro. I'm telling you right now, most people shouldn't be JVing. I say that from the bottom of my heart. Most people should not be JVing their deals.
I agree with you on this. I don't like JVing.
So the problem is JVing, and you're talking to the guy who makes a lot of money in JVing. I JV for virtual. Like that's where most of my money, or the problem with JVing is someone usually gets an advantage on that. And I like to have that advantage. So for example, if somebody brings me a deal in Port Saint Lucie and they have it under contract, I have 1 million buyers I can just connect them to and I get 50% of the deal. That's easy for me, right? Because I got like 50 buyers lined up, right?
Yeah.
I can't feed enough deals to my buyers. And if you go find a buyer, I'll just buy another one, right? Like buyers are pretty public here. So that's easy for me. Like that's a great JV deal, right? Now, if I get a deal under contract and it's really easy to find a cash buyer because I'm local, why would I give 50% of the deal up? Now, if I go virtual, like if I do, St. Louis, Missouri, which I don't really have a big cash buyers list, it makes sense. Now, making a business off of that, unless like there's only not really like I've seen some dispositions company like that. You got New Western, Keegley. You got Open Door doesn't really count because they're kind of a little big, but like you can like those are dispositions companies. Like that kind of makes sense. But making your own type, people sell courses on that. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of it.
So what do you think of like selling it to Keegley and those type of people? So like, is that a good idea? You think, if you cannot find usually some cash buyers?
I mean, it would make sense if I'm doing a virtual market and I have no buyers there. Like if I did St. Louis, sure. But if you're going to stay in St. Louis, it's better for you to go actually build your systems up from there. Now go use it. The problem is it's like the quote I always love saying. It's like, teach a man how to give a man a fish, he can eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, he can eat forever. The problem is you have to constantly go back to that company. No knock on Keegley, right? But like you have to constantly go back to them to get that 50% just to sell the deal. And you're never really truly learning like how to get a cash buyer in that market.
Yes.
So if it's like a one-off deal in like, a random market in like Seattle in like in the woods, sure. But if you're doing like a market you're constantly doing, probably not. Like for example, for me, I don't have a ton of cash buyers in Miami just because I don't do too many deals in Miami. But I know a billion realtors that go find me a cash buyer in Miami in like 5 seconds. I don't even need to use a company for that.
So you use realtors usually when you cannot find anyone?
For Miami? Oh, yeah. Well, because I have cash buyers from Miami They're buying up north, like in Port Saint Lucie, which I can use that realtor to use in Miami.
Wait, speaking of realtors, then usually because the boots on the ground is the main problem for me. So can we use the realtors to handle the boots on the ground? They can also do the inspection party and all of those type of things.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay them.
Yeah, that's the thing at 3% mostly, but
I would not
for
pay
the
three.
first time, it's probably worth it. I'm guessing.
$50, $75.
Oh, you don't have to pay them the commission, like 3%, none of
No.
that, right? Oh, just 50, $75.
If they're okay with it, yeah. A lot of them are gonna say no.
So it's like per visit.
Mhm.
And how many visits usually you had to deal with?
Probably 3.
3. So
my
one
best
is
guess.
the pictures, I'm guessing.
You could. I would not use a realtor for pictures though. I'd just get a regular kid with an iPhone. But usually walking a cash buyer through and like a final walkthrough.
Oh,
And pictures would be the third if you have to.
so they'll do the babysitting, kind of like that.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Zach. That was really nice talking with you.
No worries, man.
Appreciate you every day.
Appreciate
And
you,
thanks for
man.
not being a guru. And also, let's
Okay.
go Carson and
All
Brandon.
right, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Thank you.
I already said I kind of stopped at the whole Carson thing because that one guru I found out he's getting investigated pretty hard. I'm like, I'm gonna shut up with that. I just like I'm not the government in this person, not me. So
Oh yes.
you might see one guru in the next. The wheels of justice turn slowly, so it might be a year or two before the hammer comes down. But person's going away. Don't worry about it.
Thank you so much, Zach.
All right, I'll see
Can't
you,
wait
man.
to talk to you again.
Of course, man. Keep it up, Eskimo.
Thank you.
Thanks. Love it, man. But yeah, I got this one guru. He's going. I mean, when you got the Federal Trade Commission going after you, and then you got multiple states going after you, it ain't good. And the guru's already watching me. They know who I'm talking about. It's funny we see from behind closed doors. It's hilarious. But yeah. We got Vincent.
What's up?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm great, man. What's going on? Can you hear me clear, or do I need to put my headphones on?
It's clear. You can put them in if you want, but it sounds good enough.
Okay. So listen, thanks for your time, first of all.
Of course, man.
And we spoke about a month ago about a couple situations I have. The first one, I'm gonna be real transparent. So I talked to a property owner, fire damaged property, and basically I want to give you the address and see what you think I should offer her. I literally got off the phone with her an hour ago. And the situation is, it's a fire damaged property, but everyone that she told me she got an offers for like 200,000, and I'm like 200,000. Just go with that offer then. If that's gonna be the best offer. And she's like begging me on, like, you never telling me your offer. You're not telling me your offer. I'm like, miss, I'm not gonna give you an offer and then get to the promise you sell you a dream, get to the closing day, and say I got to reduce the price. When we give an offer, basically, it's going to be the offer. We're not going to renege on it. And I just want to make sure, if you want to get the best, go with that. If not, you can come back to us because we're not going to give you 200,000. And
Dude, I literally would have said the same thing.
Yeah, she kept asking me like, come on, give me an offer, because I know I think she's kind of toying with me because she hasn't got 200,000. She wants 200,000. And
you're being
mind you,
toyed with?
I went through the course, your wholesaling course, and with this situation, she doesn't get an insurance check.
Okay.
So basically,
how big of a fire was this?
I don't know. Basically, if you see the structure of the property, the walls are still up, but everything on the inside is done. The foundation is there, but everything on the inside is out. It burned.
She should get an insurance check. Does she have insurance?
Well, that's what I said. I said, so the insurance didn't cover nothing. She said, basically, they've been in the house 15 years. The realtor that they went through didn't file for some kind of insurance. So they're not getting zero. I said, y'all getting zero? They're not covering anything on the property. She says, no.
They don't have insurance.
Say it again?
They probably don't. Do they have a mortgage on the house?
And I asked her, and that's what I asked her too. I said, basically, do you have anything left on the house? She said no.
They most likely don't have insurance. I'm just being honest with you. That's what I've seen. So that's their problem. Unfortunately, like you wonder why people get home insurance. It's like it's pretty important, dude. So, yeah, that's a tough situation. She's toying with you, man. What you obviously know, which you did, is she's trying to get leverage off of you.
Exactly.
She's probably talking to another person, and whatever you say, she's going to say, "Oh, this Vincent guy offered me, 140. Give me something more than this."
Exactly.
And she will ghost you after you give that offer. So you did word for word, I would have said that, hey, I can't even do that. Just go with that. That's what I'd say. But I'm a little more aggressive because I'm in a crazier market. Who gave you that offer? Huh? Who gave that offer? Right? And then but the problem is once you say that, it's like they're like, oh shoot, I always get told, I have a realtor working with me. Oh, who's your realtor? Oh, I need a lawyer to look it over. Who's your lawyer? Well, it's a friend. He's a paralegal. Oh, so it's not a lawyer, right?
I like that. I let him take that.
So I always do that. That's always a thing I've seen. So I would be doing that, but yeah, she's trying to get leverage off of you. The only way I'd ever give an offer would this be a virtual or an in-person?
No. Like I literally live like 10 minutes away. And because she kept asking me, like, have you seen the property? Have you seen the property? And I know because I went driving for dollars in that area, in that house. It stood out like a sore thumb. And so I got the information, contacted her like 2 weeks ago. She finally got back to me, was like, oh, we're not going to be able to keep the house, so I'm ready to sell now. And she's like, what's your offer? I'm like, miss, I kept, but yeah, so I'm literally, and I guess the people that are, even if she said, I don't know, whoever offered her that, she's like, I'm like, I don't think they've seen the property. And she says, I've been up front. She said, I've been up front with everyone that's been calling me. This is what the property looks like. I'm like, miss, I know it's down the street from where I used to go to middle school at,
Good. You added any credibility there. Honestly, what I'm telling you right now is she's doing this. I would honestly never give the offer unless you set the appointment and then they're conditioned for a yes or no decision. If you've been through the free wholesaling course, you know that. Say, hey, if you're actually serious about selling it, I'm ready to go look at the house. And then before you go look at the house, say, hey, are you ready to make a yes or no decision on selling it today? If they say yes, then they have to say yes or no to that offer, and you can reveal the offer. Because you don't get the, oh, Vincent, 120 offer. I'll think about it. You're never going to hear from them again. So
right.
You know the leverage, right?
Could you look this property up and give me a round ballpark of what you think?
Do me a favor. Do you see the private chat? Do it in the private chat.
Okay.
And y'all in the private chat steal this address, and we're gonna have a problem.
We know who they are.
We know who they are.
We were watching.
The problem is if I bring this in front of thousands of people, I guarantee someone's gonna steal that deal.
Understood.
So, put in the private chat. I'll give it a quick look. Obviously, the people can't see it, so I'm going to try to be quick with it. Honestly, with a fire damage property, though, bro, I have to be... is this in Florida?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember how good of a market this is. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, knowing this is Florida, man, and just looking at this house... Oh my gosh. Is it still boarded up? Oh my gosh, yeah, I see the fire. Okay, I think I can shoot. No, I can't shoot. Honestly, I can't really tell you. She wants 200. I have to go look at it. I would probably be it's sold for 242. It needs probably 80, right? 242 minus 80. Is it to the studs? Hello, Vincent? Bro, hello. I think he hopped off. He didn't hop off. I think his internet's not working. So we'll go back to Vincent. He's at a fire damage property here. So it really depends how burnt it really is. And that is always the issue. So we got to see it. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
Is this Jonte in Kansas City or Louisville?
Louisville.
Louisville. I know I have two Jontes now in my head. So awesome, man. What is up, man? I haven't talked to you in a while, man.
Yeah, no. See, a lot has happened.
What's happened? So let me know.
The business went great, but we made a mistake, a wholesaling mistake.
Oh snap! What happened?
We've made a ton of money. Like checks was coming in like we was printing money. But I'm only 25 and my cousin's 27. So we making all this money, no guidance. We get to just blowing it all. Buying cars, going to strip clubs, everything you could think of.
Why didn't you talk to me?
See, that's the thing. I don't know. Because I thought, I'm thinking I could just do it by myself. Okay, I'm going to learn. I made this money by myself. I can manage it myself. So now we're back to square one, which I'm upset about it. Yes, I am. But it's just like, I shouldn't be in this situation. But I put myself in this situation. So this is what I'm thinking. Because me getting a deal, I can get a deal in my sleep. I know I just got to put. And another problem was, instead of we put off our market, we put the marketing to the side, which messed us up a lot.
That's the important part.
We put that. We were like, we'll get that later. We'll get that later. Because we had so many deals rolling in, it was just. We just didn't know what we was just getting so much money. We didn't know what to do with it. So this is tell me what you think about this, because now we're starting from ground zero. See, I usually grind a lot, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about just straight cold calling for like 8 to 10 hours again. You think it's such thing as too much cold calling?
No.
Because I have nothing else to lose. I'm like, fuck it. We spent all the money, so it's time to get it back.
Let's bro. All right. First of all, man, it's okay, man. This isn't the end of the world. How old are you?
25.
25. Bro, you're fine, man. Okay?
I'm just upset for myself.
Hey, do you have a time machine?
No.
I don't have one. So, like, honestly, if I had a time machine, I'd start wholesaling when I was 12. So the one thing you have to understand in the world is you can't go back in time. So why are you going to dwell on it, right?
You're right.
You can't. You're going to break your neck looking behind. You got to go straight. You got to go forward, right? You can't progress in life looking at the past. You can appreciate it, what you've done. What we're going to do here is we're not going to be dwelling on the past anymore, okay?
Okay.
I only care about what I can control to a point, right? I have no control over your past. But I'm going to use some of your past to your advantage. So let's do this. First of all, I'm going to say this just straight up, okay? You are going to have to implement the 20% rule in your life. I need that promise from you that you will implement the 20% rule.
Yes. Can you explain what that is? I do not know.
Good. You spend 20% of your money at a strip club.
Okay. I got you.
Joke, okay? We're not going to be doing that, okay?
Okay.
Those days are behind us. I mean, honestly, I'll tell you what. So 20%, it's a joke for everyone because you said that. So 20% of the money you make in wholesaling, you're young enough, which I think you can do this. Are you married or do you have kids?
I got a little boy. Okay,
you have a kid, so this is a little different, obviously. So for single people that are young, you could probably, maybe you're 25%, but like if you can, I would stick with the 20% rule. Obviously, feeding your children and putting a roof over their head is a priority. But knowing that whatever 20% of the money you make in wholesaling, that's what you're allowed to spend. The 80% goes to taxes and investing. You said the quote, I don't know how to spend the money or what to do with all this money. That is a joke. Because, all right, were you making $50 billion a year?
No, but we was damn near in the 6-figure mark. We was close, like a few thousand off from like a 6-figure mark every month.
Jonte, I'm going to say this as humbly as I can. I'm at 7 figures and I can't invest enough money for myself. I spend every single cent basically I make on investments. So what I'm telling you is there's an unlimited amount of real estate out there, an unlimited amount of stocks. There's an unlimited amount of basically everything you can invest. I'll look. So I would start investing in, let's just call it the S&P 500. Okay. Like if we're going to like get straight up, just do VOO on a stock ticker. If like you can't, like if you need to spend something, right? But I recommend rental real estate probably over that. But again, that's going to be time consuming. So just something you at least invest in a mutual fund or something. Like I just make it boring, dude. But like at least you're not spending it and wasting it away. Rental properties, where I'd say that some of the deals you're getting, I would probably start buying some rental property. Okay.
All right.
I mean, in the zip code you live in right now, I don't think you could buy the entire zip code. So I think you're fine. So first of all, is that myth misspelled for you that you can't spend enough money, which you can? And I think you actually did. So I would invest it. So what I'm telling you right now is, even if you're making 6 figures a month, simply, that is, you invest $80K a month in a mutual fund or in rental property. That's simple, right? No debt. Okay. Just go 80K a month in rental property. Louisville, that's easy.
Right.
Now, looking back at your business with your partner, are you still going to be with your partner?
Yeah, it was me. It's me, my partner, and we had 6 VAs. But now, since we got rid of all the money, it's me, my partner, and 1 VA.
Okay.
So now we're just trying to come up with a game plan. That's why I'm on her. Like I was just thinking what I think I'm gonna do is just, cause I'm just like, I have nothing else to lose. So I'm just like, now I just want to just cold call all day. There's nothing else.
Drive for dollars.
Yeah. What? Okay.
What? If you really want to do 8 hours a day, you drive for dollars 2 hours a day, and then cold calling that list will be more effective.
Okay. So just don't pull a list and just strictly just cold call it.
Drive for dollars, skip trace it, call it.
Okay. Like the same day.
Sure.
I really only drove for dollars one time my whole life.
Okay.
So I just really drove for dollars. I did like the whole month. I drove for dollars the whole month and got like 1,000 leads, and then just skip trace at the end of the month. So are you telling me just to drive for dollars the same day?
Whatever you want, man.
Call it? Okay.
What lists were you doing really well in Louisville? What were working for you?
The vacant.
Cold call that list then. Just cold call that list. If you've done deals in that list, you cold call it then.
Okay.
Do anything you can, man. Get to the point where you can start making enough money, then hire the VA, scale it up like you did. The only thing we're going to do different, man, is we are going to invest that money. So we are going to invest probably 40% of the money you make. You're going to only spend 20%, and the 40% is saved for taxes.
So with that 20%, I'm splitting out my partner, correct?
Whatever net to you. So if you make 200K, you make 100, you spend 20. Now, it's not practical if you have a kid, obviously. Like this is different stuff. It's not a for sure rule for you, but like if you want to make sure you're wealthy, if you do that, it's a very, at your age, it will help you out a lot. I promise you. Bro, I struggle for the 20% rule, man. I struggle, okay, to spend that. It's hard. It gets harder every year for me. Okay, man? I'm not this type of guy that goes do crazy stuff. I think he dropped. So we'll talk to Vincent. Vincent.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Did
You're
you,
back.
Get the, I don't know. I guess it's the Matrix, man. Did you get the, did you get the address?
I got the address, man. I looked at it. It really depends on, like, the fire damage property that I've seen. If it's salvageable, maybe you're at 150 on the deal. I honestly, I got to look at it and see, man. Like, unfortunately.
It's literally, like I said, the walls, like, you drive by, it's like a house that's not done yet. So the walls, infrastructure's up, the brick, you know, the cement.
Is drywall in there?
It's cement. Cement blocks.
Is the drywall up?
Yeah, like the inside the house, you mean?
Yes.
No, outside the house, it's just like, it's basically cement and, okay, I'm lying.
I'm talking about in the inside. When I walk in, are there walls? Like, is the drywall there painted? All that stuff?
No.
Okay. So obviously that's all. I'm just thinking about repair costs, right? Yeah, it's gonna be like, man, you're close to probably 150, 160 there. I'm thinking just because of the amount of work. I'm guessing 60, 70 at minimum. Probably closer to 80, dude. If you got to put new kitchens and everything in there. Did it go to all the bedrooms, the kitchen, bathroom, stuff like that?
Everything inside is decked out. Like,
Yeah, you're
nothing
closer
else.
to 80, man. I'm just like 80 plus 150. You're like two. It really depends, man. Like between you and me with a fire damage property, I would lock it up for the lowest price you can and try to get a buyer in there that will renovate the entire thing. I'm not really good at cash buyer comps for fire damage properties because at the point it's like I can comp a regular house easy. The problem is it's how much work has to be done on the property. I can't go there and see it, so I'm kind of guesstimating at this point.
So you say anywhere between 80 and 100, I guess.
My guess would be 80 if it needs the
What-
entire thing.
Go ahead.
That's my guess, just because of the square footage it has.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid house.
Yeah, I mean 1,700 plus square feet. Comps are between 315 to 350 on the thing. That'd be my guess. 350 minus 80. If it's the max area, that's 270. And that's if you're conservative on it. I think 200. Bro, I got to look at the house. Like that's my thing. What numbers do you have?
That well, I was gonna do around 82 because what I was thinking was offer her because the value of the land is like 60K. So I was like, okay. So I was like anywhere between 60 and 80, I feel like, and I can try to put it back on the market, try to get like 10 grand out of it.
Is the house like, does it need, the reason I'm asking you is if the house is salvageable, you put the 80 into it, it might be worth it. Because it might be worth 300 after you do that, right?
Literally, the roof is gone. It literally has nothing on top. Like it looks crazy.
Okay.
Bro. No roof on top. Inside of the house is like decked out. Nothing's there, and it just has the outside wall of the house.
Got it. I'm really visual. So like that, see that's the problem we have here. I'm like extremely visual. See, now I know that. I'd probably be closer to that 100 then.
Okay.
Like I'm just thinking of our lot in like that area. So honestly, man, like yeah, it might even be at 80 on that. Like if you have to bulldoze it, I could probably see that. Yeah, honestly, yeah. If the roof's not even there, yeah, probably.
There's no roof, just the outside. It's like literally like a house with an outside, no windows, no door. Like they got like a wood thing in front of the door so no one come in.
Yeah, I wholesale the house without a roof once. I actually have it on the vlog here. That was a fun one. I'm trying to remember that one. Yeah, I sold that thing for like 100, but like it was salvageable. So if it's salvageable, I'm telling you 150 to 140 is probably the number. If you can't salvage it, if you have to bulldoze it, probably 80.
Okay.
Because if the cement structure is good, the foundation, then you
That's
can.
what I looked at, and it is the floor is good. Like it looks like you can just come in there and get the inside, fix up a little bit outside, but it's nothing like salvage.
Vince, let me be honest with you. Do you know construction?
No, I'm not.
Well, do I know? I don't know. I would have to go ask a buyer who's going to do it and get their opinion. Unfortunately, I'm not the one putting the money for the house, right? So that's what I do.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah, I would be like, hey, let me come by with my partner, which would be one of your buyers, and have them trusted, and go by and get their opinion on it, right?
That's real.
Does the lady live in the area?
Yeah. They live in the area, but
Go there, take pics, man.
No. Like I said, I could go there.
All right, that's what I do.
Yeah, I could go. Like I said, tell her to meet me there with one of my buyers, and then figure it out.
All right.
Okay, and then I got a couple more questions. So I called a couple of old, acquisitions like situations, and they said, "Oh, I either sold it or they called me and they said they sold it to somebody," and then the prices, and I guess they made it having wholesale that property. They made it in a creative term, a creative finance, because one lady told me like the estimate value for that house was like 183, and she told me someone gave her 191 plus they give her 6 months of rent of living in it.
Okay.
I was saying, do you know that's not a wholesale? Like,
Probably not.
yeah. And then there was another house that I had a pre-foreclosure deal where I was, negotiating with the bank, and then the seller just disappeared on me. Then I checked PropStream. It showed she took out a second to refinance. She got a second loan.
Yeah, you got to speak up, man. Your audio's.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you put those in. You're good, man.
What part did you not hear about the?
Start
Oh,
from
you
the
hear
top.
nothing? Okay, so basically, I was saying, with the, I don't know if you heard about the other property where I said someone gave her 191,
Okay.
and the estimated value was like 183. I looked on PropStream, and it was a pre-foreclosure deal, and she's like, "Oh, they giving me 191, so they're giving the market value, and then they're letting her stay in there for 6 months on rent free or something like that."
Let them do it.
Okay. And then
You can't fight that deal, right? You can't
yeah,
offer it.
and that's what I said. Like, take that deal. If anything happens, I definitely love to help. And then there was another house I was telling you about in Cleveland. It was a pre-foreclosure deal. I was negotiating with the bank to try to get it short sale, and then the seller just disappeared. Like literally disappeared. I checked PropStream like a month later, and it showed.
Welcome to my life, man.
It showed she took a second. They got a refinance, and she took a second loan out on it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I usually with a pre-foreclosure, you never get that second loan, so she'll be back. Trust me, man.
You think so?
Oh yeah, it won't be probably for six. But if they're already behind and they get more loans, was it like a HELOC?
What does that mean?
Sorry, a home equity line of credit. Basically, you can get.
But when I checked PropStream, it didn't have nothing about that loan. Like it has the other loans in the past.
Probably a private one.
Uh-huh.
Vincent, do me a favor. Search pre-foreclosure space flip with Rick. I have an entire video on it. I don't want to talk over your head or anything like that, but like, with a pre-foreclosure seller, you should understand the process of it, of like their options. Watch that video. It was pretty in depth of pre-foreclosures, just so you understand the process.
Right.
So you can go back to the seller and explain it to them, because they're going to ask you, like, what do I do, Vincent? And then maybe you can give some answers. That's something that helped me out a lot.
Right.
Because you're going to have to sell it. It's like, hey, what do I do? And then you can explain.
And then I don't want to hold you too long. So I got I don't know if I told you about that. I had a Milwaukee situation where I was trying to get the lady to go through with the house, and I offered her a certain offer, and then sent over I made a mistake. I sent over the agreement without her being on the phone. She said she had to talk to a realtor. She gave me that whole spiel, and she said she had COVID. Like basically, I haven't talked to the lady probably since December. And so I emailed her. I was like, hey, have you given up on trying to sell this house? And she emailed me today, and she said, not yet. So I'm trying to figure out, and I said, then I emailed her back. I'm like, what's the reason, you don't want me to help you to sell this house? She never emailed me back. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I play that?
Seller or realtor?
The seller.
Call them.
I mean, I've been calling.
Do you call from a different phone number?
No, I haven't done that.
Call that from a Google Voice number. Give them a text. They're not local, so you can't put a sticky note on their door. But like, call them from a different number. I promise you, there's a good percent chance you're gonna get that.
Yeah, she been, like I said, she been ghosting me, and I finally emailed her after like 3 months, and she responded.
Call them from a different phone number.
And then the last one is I don't know if y'all got any affiliation with it, but I was thinking about getting that. I wanted to. I was get that probate masterclass. Your dad said it was like probably some of his best work.
We give that out for free. Someone owns a license to it, and they sell it, but we're allowed to give it for free. we're trying to get a VA to like start showing how to give it out for free.
Mhm.
Just email support at Flip with Rick, trying to get it for free.
So email Flip
Yeah.
with Rick.
People buy it. I hate it. So that we made our own probate course and free wholesaling for that. But like, just email support at Flip with Rick.
And just say,
How do I get the probate course for free?
okay.
Yeah, we get like that's the only thorn that we ever have is like Rick made a course in 2015 or something,
Right. That's what it says.
and he sold the rights to it. So we can't unfortunately, we can't sue the person to like take it down because this is before I started doing YouTube and stuff. But we can give it out for free. So just email.
Let me see something real quick. Yeah, I already emailed it on the 27th of February.
All right.
Support
Yeah.
at flipwithrick.com. And I was just basically saying, hey,
Put it on the top.
All right.
Yeah, just keep we're getting through it, man. We're trying.
Yeah, I was just letting you know.
I don't do that, so it'd be a VA that's trying to work on that. But
yeah, I definitely want to get that course though. Like I said, if I have to pay for it, I don't mind. I just don't want it.
No, don't pay for it.
No,
we're working on it, man.
Bull job, Okay, but yeah, so yeah, definitely appreciate the help today, man. Like I said, that's all my questions.
All right, man. Well, got any more questions? We'll see you soon, man.
All right, take care, man. Be blessed.
Take care. Thanks. Yeah. All right, Jonte, you're back.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, man. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, I'm trying to remember. Do what works before, man, and just keep doing that. I'm telling you right now, if it was working, keep it up. Okay. And get to the point where you're investing that money. I mean,
all right.
Lick the wounds that get it going, man. I mean, it's like we all take L's, dude. So it's like just get back. It's a comeback story, man.
Yeah, you're right.
That's it, man. That's the way I always look at it, right? So that's what I'll be doing, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
All right. Well, keep it up, dude. You got this, man. Just invest the money, man. I promise you. And talk to me more, bro. Have you ever hopped on this and I'm like, oh, it's Jonte. Ew, I don't want to talk to him. No, bro, I'm always want to talk to you guys. So, like, I'm not going to say no, and I want to help you out. So even if it's like, hey, Jonte, I got $15K from a deal. What do I do? Like, I will help you out, bro. I promise you. Okay?
All right. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man. You got this, dude.
All right.
Do not. Oh my gosh. Invest your money, guys. Like when we start making enough money where like it's abundance, investing it. Do not buy the latest, greatest things. Holy moly. Graham.
Can you hear me, Zach?
What is up?
What is going on, mate? I was just in the Thunder studio practicing for the big interview with Rick Ginn, and you popped up on my feed. I had to jump in, mate. I thought, mate, this is going to be one of the biggest interviews of all time. We're going to tell really bad dad jokes. There's going to be a whole heap of content in there. We're probably going to get stuck into you a fair bit. It's going to be amazing. So people are going to jump in.
It's going to be fun, man. I can't wait to have he's going to have a fun time.
Yeah, so I spoke to one of your old students from way back when. Had him on the show the other day, Douglas Aguilera. You know Douglas? Remember Douglas?
Oh, bro, Doug's amazing.
He's
in
amazing,
Houston, right?
He's a beast. He come on the other day and was telling us his story and everything. And
love Doug.
We mentioned that we all back early days of wholesaling houses for real in this exact forum. And he's crushing it now. So we had a bit of a laugh as well. And we told a few stories. But good stuff, Zach. So I just thought I'd jump in and say hello. It's easier to get in here and talk to you than get into your PMs.
Bro, I know that, man. Because I take the time out. Nothing's near, like I can focus on it. I got like a billion things not going through. So yeah, man.
Yeah. No, but I tagged you the other day and I got you the other day. So we caught up and thanks for that. That advice, because I deleted 5 YouTube videos and freaked out. So you helped me out there. So that's good. But looking forward to the big interview coming up with Rick in a couple of weeks. That's going to be awesome. So once again, Zach, your channel just keeps giving value. I picked up through you the big interview with Rick, and in the chat today, I picked up an interview with the one and only William Tingle, the GOAT of Sub 2. He was in your chat, and we hooked up in the chat, and we're going to hook up, and I'm going to get him on as well. So, mate, this is a channel just keeps giving.
I think William asked me to go on his podcast, or he was talking to me about it. I hope I didn't lead. Oh yeah, William, I messaged him. He asked me to go on his podcast. I said yes. He never got back. Okay, I felt bad. I thought I read his message. Okay, yeah, he's good. I've heard of him. I've never checked him out. So I got to check him out. But I've heard good stuff.
Oh yeah, I watch his. It pops up on my feed. I watch it all the time. Sub 2, all that sort of stuff. He's known as the GOAT. So I happened to pick that interview up from Zach Ginn's feed from his live today. So amazing. Anyway, I'm going to jump off because there's young guys out there that want to learn and want to ask wholesaling questions. I just thought I'd come in and say hello, and get ready for the big one with Rick coming up. So,
all right,
good stuff, Zach. Appreciate all your help, mate.
Cool, man. Yeah, shout out to Graham. Guys, Graham used to be on when I first started the Facebook group. I think we had how many people? Like 200 people, and you were in the Zooms with like 7 people. Guys, I've been doing the free one-on-ones forever, man. And Graham was one of the first ones on here, just on the Zooms. It was fun, man. It was a good time. I didn't let anyone go except for it was fun, man.
Yeah. I was a bit. It wasn't age appropriate. I mean, they're all young guys hustling out there, and then this old Aussie bloke. But it was good. It was great hanging out with all the guys in there. And a lot of these guys have gone on now to do great things, like Douglas and a few of the other boys I see out there in the industry doing stuff. So. Awesome stuff.
Love it, man. Appreciate you interviewing people, giving value. So keep it up, man. I remember screaming to you to get a YouTube channel. So I'm glad you got it now. So
well, it's all happening, and like I said, Zach, my tech is pretty ordinary, but I'm just stumbling forward with all the tech stuff. But it's fantastic to interview people like yourself, like your dad, and that are out there doing good stuff in the industry and getting information and content out to people. We go live into a heap of Facebook groups so that people can learn, and then it goes obviously to the YouTube channel. So, yeah, it's good fun. Get to meet some great people, and hopefully the content can help someone. Just like what you do here, it gets good content out there. So, appreciate your help, mate, and tell Rick to get his dad jokes ready. I'm coming. We're ready. I think it's another week and a half, and we'll be going live.
All right, well, keep it up, man, dude. Your YouTube channel is actually. That's doing well, man.
What about the graphics? Have you seen the graphics?
Yeah, I like it, man.
Thunderbolts in the background, mate. Come on, mate. It's almost up to your level now. So
keep it up, man. I'm telling you, it'll do well. So keep it up, bro.
All right. I've got to go back and practice. I've got to do some more rehearsals.
All right. Thank you.
I'll catch you later. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks.
See you, mate.
All right. Thanks, Graham. Got Daniel.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm blessed, dude. How are you?
That's good. I'm doing good.
Whatever happened to your mobile home deal?
Dude, it didn't work out. It just fell through.
That'd be my best guess.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I went over there to actually meet the seller, and she was some Latino lady, and I kind of offered her like, I told her what I could give her. But she wasn't budging, so it didn't really fall through.
Yeah, the deal's like kind of halfway through it. So
it was a manufactured like property, and it was like completely gutted, so it wouldn't needed a lot of work.
Yeah.
So basically, the reason why I jump on here is because, dude, I created like 4 different lists, like code violations, water shutoffs from like 4 different counties here same county here in Orange. And I called all these lists, and like I've only gone on like 2 good quality appointments. And then I also had a
Hello? Daniel, hello. Your audio working, man? Hello. Alrighty. Matthew.
Yo, what's up, brother?
What's up, bro? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Glad to meet you, man.
Glad to meet you,
Been
man.
watching-
Thanks for being patient, man. I get to everybody. It just sometimes takes time because I want to help. So glad to meet you, man. What's up?
First of all, let me say I admire that, bro, because being someone who's so giving, right? It's very difficult, especially when society and like people are very toxic, So being someone who's giving and like doing this and helping a lot of people, that's very admirable, bro. And you're doing
Appreciate
God's work. You're helping a lot of
Thank
people
you.
for sure.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. I have a couple questions. I hope you don't mind.
Ask as many questions as you got.
Okay, cool. How's your day going, by the way?
Dude, I'm blessed, man.
Glad to
Rick
hear it, man.
went
Glad to hear
fishing.
it.
I wish I go fishing, but if I went fishing when alive, my face would be red right now. So it's fine. We look like a lobster, so we're good. But yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm doing really well. So how's your day going?
My day is good, man. I was actually about to do some calls, but I saw you pop up on my notifications, and I'm like, oh, I can't miss this. I gotta get on the live. I gotta get that chance,
As long as it's not interfering with you actually doing your marketing, that's fine. I don't want anyone to interfere with their success for marketing. But yeah, dude, I get it, man.
There's just a lot of value in what you do. There's a lot of value that you're giving out, and to me, if I could put off cold calling for like an hour or two, and I could learn from you, like that's investing a lot more in the future than if I just,
I get it, bro. As long as you're doing the marketing you need to do during the day, dude, watch as much as you want.
Yeah. Hey, can I say something to one of the callers that was on here earlier?
Sure, man.
I think it was Jonte. Hey, Jonte. 7 habits of highly effective people. It really helps you with like managing your priorities and all that, man. So I would give that a read for sure.
I love it.
Okay, so my first question is, I actually posted this on the group, but that's when I realized you were live. So carrying cost, do we have to, or holding cost, do we have to take that into account when we're giving our MOA, our max allow, our MAO?
No, because we're not buying the property. We're just putting it under contract. Now, if I bought it and they lived in the house, of course, I would put that in there. But there's no holding costs unless I'm flipping the house. The cash buyer is going to calculate that.
Okay. So I just pretty much just don't really put much mind to that.
No.
Okay. And I'm in the Los Angeles market, so I don't really know. I'm pretty sure your market is super aggressive too. It's very volatile and all that stuff.
Are you in LA? Are you in Inland Empire? Like where? Like actual
Los
LA?
Angeles.
Oh,
I'm in Northeast LA.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just. I see some people tell me that, and then they're in like San Bernardino. I'm like, okay, we can make that work. I would consider virtual wholesaling, man. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. You're not near Pomona. Pomona.
Oh, Pomona. No, it's probably like an hour away. Pomona.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I know there's deals here because, and like this is my own fault, but just an experience that I kind of use to like remind myself that there is some deals. Is that I spoke to an investor / broker 3 months ago when I started actually putting my wholesaling journey into action, and this guy was cool and all, he pretty much became a buyer in my list.
Okay.
And I remember kind of thinking, I don't know if I should say any property addresses or anything like that. I was like fairly new to that, So I remember mentioning a street where I had been driving for dollars, and I found 2 properties that were owned by the same family. One of them was burned down, and the other one was like in really bad condition, needed some TLC.
Yeah.
And pretty much I found an obituary for the owner of those two properties, and I realized that it was probably it probably belonged to the heirs now, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, so that happened. I ended up telling him the street name of where those addresses were. And just last month, when I followed up with those people because they weren't answering my calls when I was calling them, they actually answered and they told me, yeah, we're actually with this agent. And it was the same agent I had talked to. And when I had brought it up to him, he said, no, yeah, I don't think I've even like seen any properties in that street. I don't know. Like he was kind of like clueless to it. So like that kind of gave me some evidence that there's possible deals that I can get here. I know it's gonna be very saturated. I don't mind expanding to being a virtual wholesaler, but I guess I'm just trying to learn my market really good first before I do make that step. What do you think?
Yeah, LA is tough, man. Like I do the 50-50 approach. That's the way I look at it. Do 50% of your time wholesaling in your local market, and then 50% in a virtual market.
Gotcha.
That's the way I would do it. Start pulling the government lists for both of them and start marketing there. That would be my recommendation.
Dude, the water shutoff list here is so hard to get, but I don't know. Is it even?
I don't think they're even I don't think Gavin Newsom's even shutting the water off. So I don't think that's even a list, dude.
Yeah, I've heard you comment that before, so I think that's like one of the things in my mind as to why I kind of stopped trying. Because I contacted them like 4 times with the what is it called? The FOIA. Yeah, I contacted them with the FOIA and nothing, no replies even.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah, it's not a thing.
I would just do the government list.
What was that?
I would just do the government list outside of that then.
Oh, like probate and stuff like that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then I was wondering, like, what do you say? I was watching your objection videos and all that, but I was wondering, what do you say to someone who, like, let's say you have a property and you know that the ARV is lower than, for example, what you see on Redfin or Zillow? What would you tell them to kind of like give them a realistic expectation of what their ARV or what their what the selling price could potentially be?
To a point. I mean, is it because the seller's saying a price that seems unreasonable to you?
Well, it's kind of like a scenario I'm creating where, like, if I were to use Redfin and be like, well, look, you know, this is an ARV that's listed here, but realistically,
Matthew, you never say the word ARV to a seller.
Right. Confuse them.
You gotta talk. You gotta talk at a very basic level, right? You can't talk real estate lingo.
So selling price, right?
You're making. I'm just being. You're making a scenario in your head that's probably not going to be likely. The seller might say, "Hey, my Zillow's says it's worth this." My counteraction to that would be, "Hey, it probably first of all, you don't want to go tell someone they're wrong because then they're going to be combative. It's going to be, hey, Mister, you probably are right. It probably is worth $348 if it's renovated, new roof, new kitchen. Does it have any of these things? No, it's probably worth this."
Gotcha.
That's how I do it. Like, you just can't go say wrong. No, you have to say you're probably right, but this, and this will be you have to do that to the property.
Gotcha.
That's never seen someone that's successful talking to sellers and not.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to look at it like very humane, very, very helpful, and like my mission in life is much like yours. I want to help people. I want to serve people, and I want to give love to people, and you know, do all the good things that God has put us here on earth to do. You know, so that's how I look at selling, or just relationships, right? Relationships in general. I have two more questions. So ROIs, I did hear you once say that like a lot of wholesalers, like gurus in the business, they kind of like stick with the 70%, but I remember hearing a live once where you said 85% is more plausible.
Go to freewholesaling.com. That's just my offer formula being there. You're going to be at 85% in Los Angeles.
85. Okay. What's the reasoning behind that? If just to get a better understanding.
No one's buying 30% under the value in Los Angeles. They aren't.
So if a buyer tells you that, like, is he probably trying to scam you or trying to like play you?
Maybe he's off of old formula. There's no legit cash buyer that's buying 30% below market value in LA. I would be buying it. Dude, I'd be buying $800,000 houses for 30% under market value all day in LA if that was the case. It's not.
It's a
You're
good
at
profit.
15, it's too good. What is that? A third of 800 is going to be. Hold on, like that's 6-figure deals. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like I would move to LA and start doing that, right? Like if that was the average cash buyer, it's 240. Are you kidding? That's not a thing. No.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. That keeps me very aware because now I can kind of weed out the tire kickers, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
And then actually 2 quick questions. Sorry about that.
You're good.
So for repairs, what do you look at mainly? Like I've
Everything.
learned that everything. Okay.
Flooring, AC, repairs. I mean, updating, roof.
Okay.
I mean, pretty
So
standard.
pretty much.
You have to look
Okay.
online, really like start figuring out in your head, but you'll get a better grasp the more experience you have with it. But you have to guesstimate to an extent.
Okay. And then the last question I have is for lot sizes, like if I find a comp that has 2-bed, 1-bath, 2-bed, 1-bath, but the lot size varies in like there's a difference of like maybe 4,000 square feet. But the comps are very similar, year built and all that. How would you go about that?
I would just add the value on the land, right? If the lot is because it's bigger square footage, you have to incorporate that, right? And then if it's more land, you obviously have to incorporate that.
Got it. How would you do that? Would you just use the price per square foot and apply it to the difference?
Property to a point, yes. With land, you have to find what an acre of land costs, and then if it's an extra 0.1 acres, you just calculate it from there.
How much an acre of land? Okay, cool, awesome. Thank you, man. I highly appreciate you once again.
No worries, man.
You know, I hope God keeps blessing you, brother, and I hope you keep doing your thing. I know you will. I don't hope. I know you will. You know, but Godspeed and God bless you, brother. Much love.
Thanks, Matthew. Have a good one.
For sure. Listen.
Telling you guys, how can I not be blessed when we're flexing on these gurus every day? Brandon, what is up?
Yo, what's going on, man?
I'm doing well, man.
So I got good news that it was potentially good news. I was hoping to close my first deal yesterday. Things have kind of gone south right now. Kind of. So I kind of have a question with you about this. I ended up JVing on a deal. I found a deal in my market. I'm doing all virtual, obviously, because I'm in California. I'm doing all virtual at this point. He found a buyer. He brought me the buyer. Well, communication was fine. It's basically one of these situations where the buyer has ghosted on closing day.
My favorite.
What's that?
My favorite.
Yeah, long story short. So, yesterday I texted my partner. I was like, hey, man, what's going on? Because it was supposed to close yesterday. What ended up happening, I spoke with the title company. Luckily, my seller's being extremely understanding. She's super patient. She's very happy with how it's going. She's okay. The title company, I talked to them multiple times, been in touch with the manager over there significantly, the agent. What I've learned is that the funds from his cash buyer they're coming from a trust account, not liquid cash. Now, yeah,
and a cash buyer.
Yeah, that part. I'm sure that's kind of why I've brought this up. Is I'm sure you've gone through this, and it's getting to a point where the funds. She confirmed yesterday that the funds were sent out on what's today, Thursday. They were sent out on Tuesday. And they can take 24 to 48 hours to be released from the trust. So today would have been 48 hours. This is an Eastern time zone market that I'm doing. So obviously it's 6 o'clock almost for you.
You won't even get anything until Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. There should have been red flags there.
There was a red flag a week ago. It's been really strange because there's been a lot of communication. All documents have been signed promptly. by the buyer. Everybody has been very coordinated. Everything's been good. The biggest red flag for me was EMD when that came up. She said she transferred EMD. I talked to the title company. She's like, I have not received EMD. And I'm like,
You ever get it?
She never received earnest money. So I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, she transferred her. She sent the wire for earnest money. I talked to her again this morning. She said, I still have not received even the earnest money. This deal was supposed to close yesterday. And now it's like, so I'm back and forth with them. I'm going to call the title company once I get off this, just touch base with her one more time today. She's been trying to reach out to the buyer. All of a sudden, the buyer's gone today. Nobody can get a hold of her. So, it's like the biggest red flag for me, like I said, was when earnest money fell through. I was like, what's going on? I started bells and whistles started going off, and I was So
okay,
now I'm dependent on my JV partner. Like, hey, contact your cash buyer, your buyer. What's going on? So now him and
the JV.
What's that?
The JV partner.
Yeah.
That brought the buyer. Okay.
Yeah, the JV partner I was telling him to contact his buyer.
I was going to be like, who have you been learning wholesaling from?
Yeah, no.
Okay. So this makes sense.
It's not my buyer.
I get it now. Okay.
They brought a buyer in. Yeah, I did not vet this buyer. I have no contact with the buyer. They brought the buyer in for the deal.
That's risky, man.
Yeah, it was, it went a couple weeks, and I had someone come across, hey, I got a couple buyers in this area. They're ready to get. He ended up getting boots on the ground in the area. He ended up getting pictures of the place. Everything worked out. Found a buyer. Within a week, he had a buyer. She didn't question the price. She was ready to go. And the title company's even worked with her before. She's like, I've actually worked with this buyer before, so I'm not too concerned with it. When I questioned earnest money, I was like, hey, what's going on? Have you received this wire yet? Why isn't this coming through? She's like, I haven't received it. She's like, it's a small amount. I'm not too worried about it. But she's like, at the same time, she's like, it's really strange that the wire is not transferring.
$3 to $5 grand, man, like minimum.
Yeah, it was $2,500 earnest money.
Hey, at least you can use that as leverage. Unfortunately, you even as a JV partner, you can't even go forward with it unless that EMD is in.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, we have nothing at this point from this cash buyer. You made the mistake,
man. I've been bitching about it forever. I'm not going to go hound you on this because obviously you can't go in the past. You're going to have to try to close with this person. Unfortunately, or get an extension from the seller. You already know the game plan.
That's kind of where I'm at. I was kind of looking at advice on that.
I wish I could help, but
I think what I'm going to have to do at this point, and that's kind of where I was at, is looking for some advice on how to handle the situation with it at the end of the contract. Luckily, my seller's being extremely reasonable and patient. She's been very polite, or good to work with. But I think if I need to extend it a week or two or whatever, I can. But I was hoping to come on here and tell you I closed my first deal today, and now I'm just freaking pulling my hair out.
Unfortunately, this is something that you should have seen coming a while, and you should have never let this cash buyer even go forward with anything unless that EMD was in.
Yeah.
Did you use my assignment of contract?
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't there a section on there where the
earnest money was supposed to be in? I have to pull up my contract.
Well, look at the assignment, dude. The assignment's null and void if the EMD is not in within 24 whatever hours you put in there.
Yeah, I think the earnest money was supposed to be in by last Wednesday.
That assignment, it's null and void basically because the EMD was never even put in. I'm sorry to put our assignments are basically like dummy proof, where it's like that assignment.
Yeah.
Your title company actually did an issue there because they should have never even accepted that assignment because the EMD wasn't put in. It wasn't put in 24 hours.
Gotcha.
So that title company should have stopped it. So this is the title company's fault, actually. Because our assignments are dummy proof where that shouldn't even happen. So
yeah, because I used your assignment of contract. So that clause is in there. I've been so focused on the other situation. I didn't even think about that.
This is weird. Now you got to light up the title company, man.
Yeah, I'm going to give her a call right now and find out what's going on with that.
All right, dude, give her a call. You got to save this deal. Try to give her a call, man. you're running out of time on the East Coast, dude. So
Yeah, she called me last night at 8:00 her time. Luckily,
okay, you're good.
Yeah, she's pretty. She knows I'm in California, and she's been working with me pretty well.
Yeah, that's your title company's fault too. That's a learning lesson, man.
Yeah, that was definitely not an awesome first deal learning lesson.
Well, get the deal done, man.
That's what I'm trying to
between
do.
you and me, I would like to give the benefit of the doubt to the buyer. It's hard to, but I'd try to give them a week while you're finding another buyer.
That's where I'm at. I mean, the title company right now, my biggest thing was like, hey, if I don't have proof of that wire, I need a bank I need something from the bank saying that money was actually, the process began for the wire, that the money's in motion. If I don't have a picture of that, because right now all I have is her word saying, yes, I wired the money. I don't care about your numbers. I don't care about your words. Send me a receipt. Send me a bank wire, a proof of wire, telling me that this money was sent. And then I'll if it takes 24 to 72 hours, 48 hours, whatever, that's fine. As long as the money is in motion, so that my seller knows their money's, or my buyer, my seller knows the money's on the way. My JV partner's calm. But, I talked to him this morning too, and I was like, dude, you got to vet these buyers better. It turns out this ain't even a cash buyer. This money's in a trust account. This is not okay. Like, I kind of chewed his ass out this morning. Sorry about my language, but I chewed him out a little bit this morning as well.
I would get a proof of the wire. If they don't provide a proof in 24 hours or something like that, get another buyer. Unfortunately, I would still try to put them in the back burner, obviously. Yeah. I don't want to lead another buyer on, but you got to start looking for another buyer if they can't give you a proof of the wire. Like, if I was ready to buy this house and, I'm ready to go, I would send it to you ASAP, right?
Yeah.
If they're not, then you're getting dilly-daddled. So
well, that's the other strange thing. It was the same thing with earnest money as it was with the funds. Is they said that it was wired. Well, earnest money hasn't even come through. So what's that tell me about the funds coming through? If they said that they sent earnest money and that hasn't showed up, well, my title company spoke with my buyer yesterday evening, and she said that she sent the money. My JV partner spoke with the buyer. He sent me a screenshot of the text conversations with her saying that she sent the money over on Tuesday. So everything, according to her, the money's been transferred, but I'm losing my mind, man.
Me too, man. Well, bro, get calling, man. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the phone and get over to the title company before that. Obviously I'm virtual, so all I can do is jump on the phone at this point. But I'm gonna give her a call and touch base this evening, see what's going on.
All right.
I just wanted some advice on that and how I should, handle that. Obviously, I saw the red flags from a mile away, but I was hoping for the best. Trying to stay optimistic on a situation, on someone's word.
Bro, the reason why I put that in the assignment contracts, because this has happened so many times. I was so sick of it. I'm like, you know what? It's going to be null and void, right? So that's why I give it to you. So have a talk with the title company, get the proof of the wire, and that's all you can do. Prep for another buyer. That's all prep for the worst, man. You don't want to be in a situation where you're caught with your pants down and you don't know what to do, right?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, month extension, another walkthrough. That's all I could tell you.
Gotcha.
Hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. So I would light up the title company, light up the buyer, get that proof, and then just start looking for a buyer also.
10-4.
You got it, man.
I appreciate it, bud.
Appreciate it, dude. I have one last question. Your truck, what's the miles to the gallon on that?
All of it?
Yeah.
You get smiles per gallons in those trucks, man.
Oh my God, man.
When it's on the big tire, so I have a second set of wheels and tires. I call them her running shoes. on the big wheels and tires, the 44s, she gets about 10 miles to the gallon.
Okay.
And that's California fuel. When I have some buddies back in Nashville. I'm getting ready to move to Nashville here pretty soon, probably by summer. And California fuel is terrible.
Really?
Our EPA laws have made our detergents and our fuel, it burns like crap. I get 10 miles to the gallon here. When I was back east, I spent about 2 weeks back in Tennessee last summer. I was getting 15 miles to the gallon on the exact same setup.
That's crazy.
And that's got a 150 horse tune with a full emissions delete on it. You know, so on 44-inch boggers with a 22-inch lift.
Oh my god, man. All right, man.
That thing's massive.
I like the truck. I like the truck, man.
She's for sale. I'm planning on
good, man.
driving it to Arizona next week, and then I'm selling it.
All right. Well, keep it up, man. Get calling, dude. You got this.
Yeah. All right, bud. Thank you.
All right. Have a great one.
Yep.
Bro, you guys got to check out Brandon's car. It's actually kind of sick. All right. So let's go talk Mr. Fitzgerald.
So
what is up?
Hey, so I'm actually pretty happy to actually get the chance to talk to you. So kind of a little backstory. I'd commented, I think probably about a week ago, trying to get a little bit of help. Okay, so I was in Waco, Texas, did a little bit of tried wholesaling. My first deal, I had paid a guy to kind of like help me out. Supposedly he had been in the market doing some wholesaling for a while, and I trusted him, took his word, and he was like, $300, you know, I'll teach you, I'll walk you through the process, I'll hold your hand. I said, okay, cool, whatever. $300 compared to whatever possibly I'll make. And then he kind of like, I don't know, I found a deal, got the deal. He kind of screwed up the deal, pretty good, and lost that deal. But anyway, was in the car business for a while, selling cars, and decided to move out to Dallas, Texas. The reason I kind of tell the story about the, you know, the deal that I worked there, it just kind of gave me a taste of how the real estate market was in Waco. So I decided to move out of what I consider a crappy market to here in Dallas. And yeah, now I'm here. And the only other option pretty much I have is to go on and wholesale, because I'm not trying to be in the car business anymore. It's pretty stressful. I know this is stressful, but I'd much rather be stressed out here than stressed out there, right?
All right.
So I'm working probate. Is that something that you would recommend to start off with? Because I need to find a deal, and I need to find a deal quick.
It's gonna be hard, dude, for you. I'm just being honest with you. I'll be straight up with you. You're in Dallas. Try for dollars.
Okay.
In the outskirts, that's the fastest way to get a deal. Probates, I'm starting to tell you this right now. I probably got 600 people watching my stuff that went through the free wholesaling course that heard me telling about probates in Dallas. That is going to be a saturated list, man. High equity, saturated, pre-foreclosure You're in Dallas, man. You've seen the population. Drive for dollars. The best person in Dallas that I know of that did 100 deals last year has a Drive for Dollars team. So what I can tell you is Drive for Dollars.
Okay.
I've just unfortunately, like I see someone doing well. I'm going to tell you probably implement that system.
Right. Makes sense.
So that's the best advice I can give you for Dallas.
Got you. So yeah. Okay. So let's just go off of like the list that I actually collected. I went to the courthouse, pulled the list. I got a list of all the people that I needed to call. Went and skip traced, started calling down the list, and I'll be honest with you, probably half of that entire list was junk, disconnected numbers, numbers that weren't the person. I was using True People Search, the free skip tracing source. So I feel like those were like wasted leads. Would that kind of be right? Because there's got to be a better place I can find numbers, I guess, to skip trace.
Yeah, you can pay for it. The problem is you got to pay for the list, or you got to pay your time for the list for skip tracing. So truepeoplesearch.com is going to be 60% accurate.
Okay.
You can pay for it. It's going to be 85% accurate. It's a numbers game at that point.
Okay. So also, as far as like driving for dollars, I hear that because I've done it before. That's actually how I found my first deal.
Have you done reverse driving for dollars?
Could you explain that to me?
So it's driving for dollars with a sticky note, and when you find an ugly house, you put a sticky note in the house saying, "Hey, my name is whatever your first name. What's your first name?"
Quentin.
Quentin. I saw you in the comments. I don't think your name popped up here. Nice to meet you. Okay, cool. I like to associate. Okay. Hey, my name's Quentin. I have a quick question. Call me back. You can go to like vacants or probates or code violations and do that. That's another way to do it. You don't even have to skip trace doing that. So if you don't like skip tracing, that's an option. Regular driving for dollars. There's a lot of options out there for you to do. Pre-foreclosures. I say that's saturated, but pre-foreclosures with that's a little better. That's what I'd say if you don't like skip tracing. That's another option for you.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem skip tracing. I mean, I've got the time. I'm not, like I said, I'm not doing anything. I just decided, okay, if I'm going to move here, a new city, it's going to be a new occupation. So I'm going to just do wholesaling. So I got every day, 24/7 to do this. So skip tracing, I have no problem with that. I was going to say, as far as like the driving for dollars thing, I live in I guess a nicer area. And I know there's always problems in nicer areas, just as there is in not the nicest areas, but I've tried driving for dollars. I don't just find like just down and out properties kind of in the spot that I'm at. So yeah, that's my own problem. I need to figure out a market that's got some
In
problems.
Dallas, Fort Worth.
I'm in. Do you know where like Plano is? Like Frisco, Plano.
Yep.
Yeah, so like North Dallas. So, like, I did some cold calling, for example, and I think I got tore up pretty bad by a seller on the probate list. She was pretty pissed off. She wanted, yeah, she was just me.
Are you in Frisco or Plano?
Plano.
Okay. 460. No, 487 is the average median price. Dallas is 398. Or 300. You're gonna have to find ARVs under 300 to make that even work. Okay. Your ARV in Plano's too expensive. Your house looks nice behind you, man. So like obviously, probably ain't looking like those. Probably don't look like the houses you're gonna wholesale. So
yeah,
you're gonna have to look at ARVs under 250. Hopefully 300. You can make that work. You're gonna have to do your independent research on that. My best advice is go to Dallas like wholesaling groups, Dallas real estate groups. Find the zip codes people are getting under contract, then drive in those zip codes.
Got you. Okay. All right. And then as far as if I have any more questions, because I want to make this call worth it.
We'll just hop on next week, man.
Yeah, that actually sounds good. Every Thursday.
I ain't moving. I ain't going anywhere, man. So
cool. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Boom. Thanks, Quentin. Next, we got Shane.
What's going on, man?
What's up?
Yes, I mean, I got a couple questions of my own here.
Ask as many questions as you want.
Yeah. First off, it's awesome to meet you, man.
Awesome to meet you, man.
Yeah. So first off, I'm getting some tax money back. So I was wondering if, let's say if I'm getting $10,000 back, do I invest any of that money to make wholesaling any easier?
What market are you in?
Catawba County of North Carolina.
What county? Like, what's the
Hickory?
Tarrant County?
No, it's Catawba.
Spell that for me, please.
CATAWBA.
Okay. Oh shoot! Wait. Okay, you're outside of Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just doing quick research.
Are you good?
I would tell you. You know the people in your Okay, your average ARV is actually not bad. Let's look at Zillow.
How are you checking that? Just like this.
I'm going to be straight up with you. I just searched Catawba County median price Zillow.
Uh-huh.
It's not really popping up. Median price, house price. But this is how I kind of look. You know, let me go back here. Realtor.com is telling me 260 is the average list price. So let me share my screen and show you.
Okay.
Average list price says 260. So that's decent. It's not bad. You can make that work. So that's probably what I'd probably do. Okay, so I would honestly pull government lists, drive for dollars. So 10 grand. I mean, I'm just gonna. You're asking me the question, so I have to get info. Have you done any deals before?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I probably not best to be investing the money in like a big system or something like that. I would probably start, not change much, maybe get a dialer if you really want to, like if you want to get crazy.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't see the point of just dropping 10 grand with no experience. I would start doing the stuff that gains you experience first. So either that's driving for dollar. I'd probably, the best investment to make is probably gas money for driving for dollars on between you and me.
And when you say driving for dollars, you're literally just driving looking for crappy houses.
Yeah. So were you raised in that county you were living right now?
Yeah, I have.
So you probably know some of the areas where a lot of investors are buying, maybe houses that that need work, stuff like that. And where houses are like really nice, like the pish posh areas, right?
Yeah.
I would go to the zip codes that other investors are having wholesaling deals and do that. Let's see the county population.
Okay.
And I'd probably doing that. That'd be my honest advice starting out there. 115, yeah, that's a good sized county. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
not really that popular.
Yeah, man, I would. That's what I'd be doing. That'd be my recommendation. I mean, remember, man, that's not free money, man. That's money that's just money you already have.
Right.
Government's just giving that back to you. So I honestly, man, I would be. I'd use it for gas money, maybe a dialer, skip tracing if you want to get crazy. If you want to splurge like that, I'm not going to tell you to spend $5 grand on like this crazy system. I think you have to get some experience first before you start doing that. Because it's wasted money. You start doing stuff that you don't understand to a point. Right. That's what I'd tell you. Start getting a couple deals and then maybe use some of that money for
and
stuff.
Also, another question is, would you recommend an LLC or an S corp?
So, if you're starting to make some money, probably an S corp. I would say if you're under, it looks like you're married. So congrats there.
Thank you.
Depends on your income. So obviously you're married. I think it's 343. It's something where an S corp might make sense, but I don't think you should get an S corp or an LLC unless you do 2 deals. Get 2 deals first, and then you do that.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, that's basically it that I have for now. And if I have any more questions, I'll just come back next Thursday.
Or just ask them on the live, man. I appreciate it. See you in the comments, man. So I appreciate the support.
Yes, sir. Thank you for everything you do.
Appreciate it. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Kevin.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm blessed, man.
So basically my question is, really what are some tactics that you think are good for basically $0 marketing in bigger areas when you're first starting off?
What area?
Right now I'm in Houston area. I've been in Houston and I've looked a little bit in Florida, but they're just really big competition markets. And right now,
do you live in that market?
Yeah, in Houston.
I would drive for dollars in Houston.
But not in. Yeah.
Hello, Kevin.
By a few.
There we go. You're cutting out for a second.
Yeah,
sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Really, it's just that. I mean, I've drove for
Hello, Kevin. Kevin, hello. Alrighty. Oh, Kevin, if you're watching, I recommend you drive for dollars. That's probably the best recommendation you can do. Guys, if you want to hop on the call, just go to Wholesaling House for Real, join it next week, and I'll see you there. But guys, this is actually how to automate your business. You get any value of this video, please smash that like button and subscribe, and see you guys soon.